What's up guys, it's Fee here and welcome back to episode number 2 of the West Ham career mode. So I've logged on and I have seen that Sacco and his agent have agreed personal terms with Brighton, which means he is now gone for 9 million and the board has allocated 7 million of that to our current transfer budget, which is really helpful. So what I have gone and done as well, as you can see, is I have gone and shortlisted Christian Pulisic. Now I have asked to scout about him so that we can know a little bit more about him, but I do know that he is a very talented young player, only 18 years of age at the moment, and his release clause is actually 27.5 million, which is actually pretty low considering I think he has a lot of potential for the future. Anyway, enough about transfers and stuff. We're going to get straight into some more gameplay right now. Our next match, as you can see, is against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the European International Cup, our pre-season tournament. So hopefully we can get the win here, which will pretty much seal us getting through into the knockout stages. So for the team in this game, I have gone for the same back four besides the right back. I've changed to Sam Byram, want to give him a bit of a run out. I've also gone for Fernandes in the central midfield with Kouyaté and Lanzini, and then Arnautovic, Antonio and Ayew start as the front three. So it is still the same formation as we played in the last game, as I thought that did work well. And then Borussia Mönchengladbach, pretty similar to Moscow I believe, have set up with a 4-4-2 formation with two defensive midfielders. So this should be a pretty interesting game and I'm hoping we can get the win. Okay, Fernandes out to Grimaldo, but the pass did not reach its destination, and Kouyaté there. Oh no, it's Fernandes. Thought it was Kouyaté for a minute, but Fernandes actually giving away the foul. Okay, what can we do here? Can we get this one away? We can't. Oh, he's turned us brilliantly and he's put that one into the bottom corner. That is not a good start for us, 15 minutes in, and we're already 1-0 down. I do feel that Joe Hart could have done a bit better there though. Let's just have a look at this one again. Chests it down, a really good turn. And Joe Hart, very slow to get down to that one. Bit disappointing. Fernandes into Kouyaté. Antonio can hold it off with a nice back heel. Fernandes into Arnautovic. Plays it in to Grimaldo, who can get a good cross in into the back stick with Antonio. And a good save there from their keeper. Byram, can you get there? Make sure you get the header. Okay, we've given away another free kick here in a pretty dangerous position. Can we get it out? They've met the header and Joe Hart is there to catch the ball, but we're not looking very solid in defence at the moment. Into Kouyaté. Plays the ball into Ayew, who's made a really good run. Oh, it's not Ayew, it's Antonio, but can Antonio get the cross in? Arnautovic just can't get the header. Can we keep that on? Grimaldo's done really well. Can he get a cross in? He can, but it's too near the keeper and we cannot get ahead to that. We have got a header to that one though. Ayew into Antonio, who's still got the ball, takes a shot. Can he get a second shot away? He can, but again it's over the bar. We are applying good pressure though. Can we get a tackle in? No, we can't. We've run straight past him. And that is in fact half time. Not the best performance, but not the worst. After they scored their goal, we have picked it up a little bit, but we still need more in the second half to be able to get a goal back. Playing patient. Fernandes out to Grimaldo, who's played it back and played a 1-2 with Grimaldo, who's taken it inside, and that's a bit of ping pong there, but they've got away with it. And one of our players is still down, which isn't helpful, especially if it's Grimaldo. And it is, I think, Grimaldo is down with an injury, which isn't good, and I'm hoping he isn't out for long. So we're going to have to make the substitution. Grimaldo is coming off, and I think Zabaleta is going to have to go on at left back there. Now we can break. Fernandes, go forward. It's not the best looking pass, but Lanzini has played it out to Zabaleta, the substitute. Can he play it in to Arnautovic, who can cross one in to Antonio, who just can't get the head to it, but it stays alive just a little bit longer. Big header. Arnautovic plays it into Antonio, who can turn brilliantly and smash that one, but the keeper again keeping them in the game. 10 minutes left of this game, and I think we might need to make a substitution. Fernandes though, can we play it in to Arnautovic? Can we do it? Can we play it across goal? Probably should have shot there. Wrong decision. That could have got us back into the game. Antonio into Arnautovic. Can you turn? You can't. You're too slow. And that is the full-time whistle. And I'm really, really gutted to have lost that game because I don't believe we deserve to lose. We were all over them and they had that one lucky break in which I think Joe Hart should have done better. But we live and we learn and we keep going. Right, so after that game, Grimaldo did get injured and you can see that it is bad news. He has suffered a broken elbow and will be out for about 2 months. Also, you can see here, we didn't reach the final of the European International Cup, which is a bit disappointing. It was good match practice though, and now we are ready to start the league. Despite our disappointing performance in the Cup, we have got £1,144,000 added to our transfer budget from the pre-season tournament. And you can see here that we also have been offered another sum of money for Mark Noble. So I think we're going to have a look and see if we can negotiate. So last time we were in talks for Mark Noble, it didn't go down too well. Hopefully this time it's a different story. So let's go and put in an offer for $7.5 million for Mark Noble and see if they want to accept. Okay, you have a deal. We will match the 7.5 million price tag you have set for Mark Noble, and he is on his way to Bournemouth. Along with that, we also have our final report on Jonathan Tah. He is valued at 23 million, which isn't too bad, and is on a wage of 41,000 a week. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do with him yet. Okay guys, so we have also received a loan offer from Bolton for Declan Rice on a 1-year loan deal. He is 18 and he is actually looking pretty decent. So I think he will feature in the team at some point. So I actually think I'm going to reject that offer. Sorry, Bolton. So after a little bit of time, Mark Noble and his agent have agreed on personal terms with Bournemouth. So Mark Noble is off to Bournemouth and we have been allocated 6 million to our current transfer budget, which is very good. Okay, so we are getting a lot of emails through just before the season starts. So we have finally got our scout report on Christian Pulisic. So let's go and view this. So he's 78 rated overall, which is pretty good. And he's valued at 14.5 million. So if we can get him for under his release clause, I'll be very happy. Also, we have a loan offer for Queener, who I think we're probably going to say no to as well, unfortunately. Right, so a pretty big one now. We have received a transfer offer from Newcastle for Pedro Obiang. Now, he is valued at 9 million and they have offered us 10.9 million, which is almost 2 million above what he's valued at. So I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with that. Okay, never mind about the Pedro Obiang one, because they have just said, we regret to inform you that we have decided to retract the offer because we haven't received a response in a timely manner, which I guess is fair enough, but I mean, it hasn't even been that long, so whatever they decide, I guess we have to go through. So Obiang, you're staying in the club. Right guys, so we have also received a transfer offer for James Collins for 1.9 million. So I think we're going to negotiate, and I reckon if we can get 4 million for him, that will be good. Right, so let's propose a new offer and we'll go with 4 million. Let's just see if we can get this amount for him, because I think that will be beneficial and he might get some game time because he's definitely not going to fit into my team. This is our final offer. I am sorry. So we're going to propose a new offer again and we will go down to 3.7 million. We'll go down a little bit more, but I'm not going down any more than that. I'm sorry, we want Collins, but this is as much as we are willing to pay. Fair enough, mate. I will happily reject your offer then, because that is simply not good enough. Right, so I am extremely tempted to get Christian Pulisic here. He is really, really tempting, and I reckon we can go for him, to be honest. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Borussia Dortmund and see if we can buy him. Let's offer him a transfer fee of, let's go, with 18 million. I think that is a good starting point. I mean, if we can get him for this, this will be a really, really good steal. Okay, we'll accept the transfer fee. We also want to include a sell-on clause and receive 5% of the transfer fee if you do sell Pulisic in the future. You know what? That is an absolute bargain for a quality player, and I am definitely willing to accept that. So, we have pretty much signed Pulisic if we can get through negotiating his contract. So let's do that now. I think for Pulisic, he will have an important role in the squad. Obviously, we have Antonio and Ayew that can both play there, but I am more looking to play Antonio as a striker, so we're going to go with an important role. Great, that's what we were hoping for. My client is happy with the role you are offering him. That is a good start. So let's agree on a contract length. My client would like a 4-year deal. I am happy to accept that as well. My client isn't considering adding a release clause to his contract. We assume that suits you. That does indeed suit me, so I'm going to accept that one. And finally, let's move on to the next item and talk about his salary expectations. He expects at least £43,000 per week sign-in bonus. I think we're going to go down to 450 and see what they say with that. And the wage will go down to 40,000 a week. Let's just see what they say with this. I'm sorry, but if you want to go ahead with this deal, 43,000 per week is the least my client is willing to take. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and accept that then, considering I don't want to lose out on this really good deal at the moment. Right, it's certainly more than we planned for originally, but we'll meet your wage demands and look forward to Pulisic joining our squad. What a signing that is. Okay, so once again we have received a loan offer for Queener, and as I did with the last one, we are going to reject that as well, as I do want to keep him. As I said, I think he will feature in the team. So we're getting a lot of transfer offers in now in July and August, and the latest one is for Ogbonna from Roma. Ogbona's one of our main defenders, and I definitely think that we are going to keep him, so that is a straight up rejection. And you can also see that we have another transfer offer for James Collins, and you know, 1.9 million again. As I said, I'd be happy with 4 million. Once again, we're going to put this up to 4 million. That's more than what we are prepared to offer. Can we settle on 2.25 million? Again, that's still below his current value. We will go down to the same as we did last time at 3.7, and that again is my final offer, I think. Let's compromise. We are willing to give you 2.35 for Collins. Do we have a deal? I'm just going to reject this because it's so much lower than his current value, and I do believe we will eventually get more money for him, so we're going to reject that deal. Right guys, so now we are in to the long awaited part of this series. The season is about to start, and we have a very, very tough first fixture in Manchester United. So we're going to play this one shortly, and then we'll obviously go on to our second game in this episode as well, which is against Southampton. So a pretty difficult start, I think, but we'll see how we do. Okay, so we have kept with the same formation for the Manchester United game as we have been playing for most of the pre-season games, but we have changed it around slightly. So Hart's obviously staying in goal. Masuaku comes in for Grimaldo, who is injured at left back. Winston Reid and Ogbonna, that partnership stays the same in the centre-back positions. Zabaleta plays on the right instead of Byram, who we had in last game. Fernandez, Kouyaté and Obiang make up the midfield three. We got a new sign in Pulisic, who is making his debut for the club, out on the right. Antonio up front and Arnautovic. So we do have some decent players to bring on if we need to. Now, Manchester United line up with a 4-2-3-1 formation with Romero in goal, Darmian, Lindelof, Smalling and Valencia as the back four. They have Matic and Carrick in the holding midfield positions, Rashford on the left, Lingard on the right, Pogba in attacking midfield and Lukaku up front. Can we get a tackle in? No, we can't. And that's a great ball into Lukaku, into Pogba, sorry. And they have been able to get a goal very early on here. I think that was Rashford who scored. That is very poor defending. Pogba plays it back to Rashford, and we should have got in front of him there. But that is 1-0. Not a good start at all. Can we get the cross out? We can, but it's fallen back to Carrick, who can ping one. Darmian out on the left. Plays it in to Pogba, who looked offside, but Hart can collect that. Okay, Arnautovic is making a meal of that one. Pogba plays it into Lukaku here. That's terrible defending again, but a good block eventually to get that one out. Can we play it back? That's okay. Antonio, can we play it through to Arnautovic? Who can get a good crossing? Can he? What a ball that is for Fernandes. And what a volley. We have equalised here just before half-time. And that is a great goal. But Pogba's breaking through here and we know he can hit one. So we can't give him too much space. Zabaleta, that is not where you want to be doing fake shots. But Obiang has saved us here. Can we have one more attack? No, we can't. But that is how half-time finishes. And the score is 1-1. Obiang plays it though. Still got possession. Can we play it back? Fernandes with a great little ball into Masuaku, who can play it into Arnautovic. Can he get another cross in? He can. What a ball that is. And Pulisic with his first effort on goal. Straight into the hands of Romero. That's some really good play from the boys. Antonio, can you hold it up? Plays it into Arnautovic, who's actually got a chance here. And a really good save from Romero. Fernandes, lay it off into Antonio. You can get a good through ball to him. He can be away here. Has he got through the defence? He has. And Antonio has just blasted that one over the bar. That could have been the winning goal. Antonio plays it into the path of Pulisic, who we know is quick. Can he cut back? That's good. Feet from Pulisic. He's turned his man. Can he have a go? Probably an ambitious effort. Okay, so I have made one substitution. Arnautovic is coming on for Hernandez. Hernandez will go up top and Antonio will go out onto the left. They've booted it down. And what a ball that could have turned out to be. And now we need to be careful here. Carrick on the turn. What a ball that is, but Joe Hart should be able to get there. But Joe Hart can get that on pretty easily, but we've thrown it straight out to Carrick, and I did not want to do that at all. And that is indeed full time, to be fair. What a game that was, full of action, and it does finish 1-1. Okay, so we're going into the final game of the episode now. We do have Southampton in our second game of the season. So I've changed the formation slightly. Kouyaté in the holding midfield. Fernandes, as he scored in the last game, I do want to keep him on. So he is partnering Lanzini in the central midfield. Arnautovic is out on the left wing. Antonio is up front. And Pulisic is out on the right wing. So I'm hoping we can get something from this game. Southampton, however, have set up with a 4-2-3-1 as well, similar to Manchester United. I don't know how, but they've signed Juan Cuadrado from Juventus, so he is definitely going to be dangerous in this game. Tadic as well in there and Gabbiadini. So could be a tough test. We just need to keep Cuadrado out, I think. Lanzini plays it out to Zabaleta on the right hand side. He's driving forward and he does have Pulisic with him on the right wing, who's looking to cross one into the box. Arnautovic meets it and Antonio does get the rebound. That is a very good start to the game and we are 1-0 up. Reed plays it into Lanzini, into Kouyaté, and Fernandes finds himself in a lot of space here. He plays a really good through ball into Lanzini, and how has he missed that? That was a very good opportunity to put us 2-0 ahead, and he has blazed that wide. And Winston Reid has cut that one out very nicely. Lanzini plays it into Arnautovic, who can have a run now. We know what he's capable of doing if he crosses it in. That's a great ball once again, and Pulisic is there. What a header. A great save from Forster. Arnautovic plays it back to Masuaku, who can turn and play that into Fernandes, who gets it to Lanzini, plays it back to Fernandes. Fernandes can have a go, and straight at Forster, unfortunately. Lanzini finds Masuaku, and that is half-time. We are 1-0 up, looking pretty steady in this game, but anything can happen in the second half. Masuaku finds Fernandes, who puts in a ball to Lanzini, who finds Pulisic on the right-hand side. It was on his left foot as well. And that was a big, big chance if he was able to get there. We can get something here. Lanzini plays it out to Pulisic. Can he get a run in here? Can he cross it in? He can get a really good ball in, and no one can meet the header. Now we're on the break here, and Tadic has got through. He's found Gabbiadini, who is through on goal, and he has put that in. That is costly. That is poor defending as well. Winston Reid should have had that. Okay, Southampton coming forward with Cuadrado now, who somehow wriggles his way through and finds a good ball into Gabbiadini, and that could have been dangerous. And Lanzini plays the ball into Zabaleta, who sees the space on the right for Pulisic, who can get across into the box, into Antonio. What has happened there? He hasn't even gone for the header. Can we get the ball back? No, we seem to not be able to. Surely the full-time whistle is going to go. It has done, and that is a disappointing point here against Southampton. I'm not very happy with that because we dominated that game and we really could have had a win there if Lanzini had put that one in. Okay guys, so that is going to be the end of this episode. I think it's been another pretty good episode, to be honest. Managed to sign Pulisic, which is really, really good, and he actually feels very good to play with as well. So I'm excited for what he has to offer for us in the future. But regardless of that as well, I know we didn't do very well in the pre-season tournament, but our first 2 games in the Premier League have showed signs of pretty decent form here in the season. We are sitting 10th at the moment, obviously 2 games played and 2 draws, so we're not doing too bad. Would have really liked to get that win against Southampton, but nevertheless, a point is a point at this stage. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you do want to see more of this career mode in the future, and I will see you guys in the next episode.